Well, let's talk to one of the councillors for Labour who lost his seat last night. His name is Adam Langleben, and he's actually a Jewish Labour councillor in Barnet. Well, he was until last night. Good morning to you, Adam.
Good morning, Julia.
Good morning. Now, a large part of this battle in Barnet was thought after this anti-Semitism row had emerged in the last few weeks and months was going to be about the issue of Labour's Jeremy Corbyn's attitude towards tackling anti-Semitism in the party. And yet, bizarrely, you have lost your seat as a Labour councillor, but you're also Jewish. You must be in a rather a turmoil about that.
I'm actually more gutted for the people of Barnet, who, after 16 years of a Conservative council, deserve something else. Unfortunately, yesterday even, too many, far too many Jewish Labour voters, lifelong Labour voters, could not bring themselves to vote Labour, and this affected the results in all of the key wards that Labour had to win to form membership.
Were they right to take their votes away from Labour, or were they wrong?
I understand why they did.
No, were they right? I mean, should Jewish people, should anybody in this country vote for a party that has got a large-scale anti-Semitic problem?
It's down to everyone to make their own judgments on that.
Well, no, I'm asking you for your judgment on that, Adam. You're Jewish and you were until yesterday a Labour councillor. Do you not have a view on whether people should vote Labour for a party led by a man who has done very little to tackle the issue of anti-Semitism in his party and who is supported by a lot of people who seem to be quite openly anti-Semitic?
I had no hesitation in asking people to vote for my Barnet Labour councillor colleagues. No hesitation whatsoever. However, I do completely understand people who couldn't, because they felt that by voting Labour, even for the local election, even for a group of councillors who have been uncompromising in trying to tackle this issue in the Labour Party, this sickness in the Labour Party, they couldn't do it because it would be an endorsement of the National Labour Party, which has a serious problem that it just can't seem to grapple.
Well, you say can't seem to. Surely chooses not to. It's very easy for Jeremy Corbyn, the man who the leader of your party. You were a councillor in his party until a few hours ago. That it's very easy for him to stand up and to openly say anybody who says these things, tweets these things, does these things, has no right being in the Labour Party. I want none of it. You're not supporting me, and start ousting those people. But actually, while he says certain of these things, he doesn't do a lot of it behind the scenes, and he's allowing a lot of his supporters to carry on doing things that support these anti-Semitic people. Why are you still in the Labour Party as a Jewish man?
Because I have to be part of this fight.
You're fighting against your own leadership.
A fight for the soul of the Labour Party and for the health of our democracy. If one of our two main parties of government has a sickness like this, our democracy is unhealthy. And it has to be fixed. It has to be removed. And that can only happen by good people, Jewish and non-Jewish, staying in the Labour Party and fighting this out and getting rid of this sickness.
Well, isn't the message then from places like Barnet last night that actually people will not put up with this? And 1 in 7 voters in Barnet is Jewish. I would hope that people, again, not a party political point, but genuinely people being right-thinking people and not wanting to support anti-Semitism being rooted in these parties. That lots of non-Jewish people may cast their vote on these grounds. Certainly, that would be an issue for me. In an election. And yet you stay in the party, and yet you will campaign, no doubt, and leaflet at the next general election for a party led by Jeremy Corbyn.
Well, there's no, you don't, I will come to my own conclusion on that at the time. As I said, I had no hesitation whatsoever in campaigning for a Barnet Labour Council at all.
Okay.
It is down to Jeremy Corbyn and the Labour leadership to prove to Labour Jews like me and also the wider Jewish population that they take this seriously. He has an opportunity to do this tomorrow. He had planned to come to Barnet tomorrow for a victory celebration because everyone thought that we were going to win it. And we were going to win it 3 or 4 weeks ago. Now, he should come to Barnet tomorrow and he should bring
that meeting. Yeah, but that victory rally obviously has been cancelled. But you think he should come anyway?
Well, it was in the diary, so therefore he should come. He should apologise to the Jewish community. He should show that he understands the issue. He can articulate it. He can name the people who espouse anti-Semitism, and he can say clearly that, in his view, that they do not have a place in the Labour Party. That would not be prejudicing any process.
And if he doesn't do that,
he can also come tomorrow and apologise to the hundreds of Labour activists in Barnet who have worked their socks off over the past 10 years to try and turn this council into a Labour council, to make it a fairer borough, because all of our hard work has gone backwards last night.
And if he doesn't do that, what then?
Then he chooses not to do it, and people will have to make up their own minds.